A 17-year-old by the name of Aristy just recently got arrested in Brooklyn because he was allegedly making terroristic threats against police officials on his Facebook page. Now, I want to give you a few examples of what he posted, and the specific threat is actually not in words, it's in emojis, and there's this big question as to whether or not emojis can be A, threatening, and B, threatening enough to get you arrested. Take a look. So he posted a photo of a revolver with bullets beside it and wrote that he felt like catching a body right now. A few minutes later, he posted the N-word, run up on me, he gonna get blown down. And then the emoji emojis you can see includes a cop and two guns pointed to his head. An hour later, he posted fuck the, and then he had like a bunch of numbers that don't make any sense to me. And then again, a cop with two guns pointing to his head.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he spelled catching wrong. Okay, but I don't think that's the issue at hand. So. Now, he never said cops. He never said cops, okay, but he did have the emoji of cops.
Yes.
Right. So that's now getting into the question of whether the emoji can be terroristic speech. We didn't think we'd live in this world where we would wonder, like, emojis like happy face, smiley face, etc., could be considered a terroristic threat. But that's where we are now. But for good reason, I think. Yeah.
So let me give you some more information, and then I'll tell you where I side on this issue. None of the Facebook posts that were cited to in the criminal complaint that led to his arrest appear to include verbal or text-based threats to police officers. The teen's references to law enforcement officers appear to be limited to cartoon representations of police and firearms. Now, during his arrest, police found a revolver and 25 grams of marijuana in his bedroom. Now, here's a little bit about his history, though. The teen has been arrested 12 times and pleaded guilty to robbery and assault in late 2014 when he was sentenced to 5 months of time served. So he has a criminal past and he has weapons. In fact, one of his charges was or convictions was criminal possession of a firearm. And look, given what happened in Brooklyn with those 2 police officers who were shot and killed, I don't think that it's unreasonable for cops to want to investigate this. But I think it's important to investigate it, but don't detain him once you determine that he's not actually a threat. I don't know if cops are actually going to do that. I think that in cases like this, they get insulted, their authority gets questioned, and they don't like it, and I can understand that they don't like it, but you can't just punish people for making empty threats.
But the guy who killed the officers in Brooklyn also was just on social media.
He was, but his Facebook post was very different from the Facebook post of the 17-year-old. I'll read it to you guys right now. He's very clear in that he was going to be an imminent threat to the cops. He said the following: I put wings on pigs today. They take one of ours. Let's take 2 of theirs. Hashtag shoot the police. Hashtag rest in peace, Eric Garner. Hashtag rest in peace, Mike Brown. This may be my final post. I'm putting pigs in a blanket. So that's very clear.
Yeah, that's far, far clearer. There's no question about that. But you can understand why cops would be touchy in a situation like this. And I'm with you that there's no harm in investigating. I would definitely err on the side of safety here. Now, I wouldn't go in guns blazing, obviously, and I would see what the kid's up to. He's 17 years old, right? Yeah. Now, it might be that, in fact, he was going to take action. Well, then if you have evidence to that effect, then you got to go and then prosecute him on terroristic threats. If he was being a goofball, let's not overreact either. Right?
Yeah.
So, but just the fact that it's emoji doesn't make him innocent. You see what I'm saying? It makes him goofy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, like, you can't be like, oh my God, it's just an emoji, just calm down. Yeah, but it's a cop with a gun pointed to his head, and we just had things on social media that wound up actually being acted upon. I get why the cops want to look into it.
Absolutely.